coins get here? Who had these ancient Roman coins, and what were they doing in Japan? Were they trading? Were they stolen? Were they a gift? Who knows? But what archaeologists were able to kind of draw from this discovery was that the ancient Romans' trade influence had roots much deeper in Asia than they initially thought. And to think that this trade route went as far as the Japanese island is pretty cool. Could you imagine being one of the archaeologists on this dig? You find it, you're very well versed in
I'm
Roman
actually
history,
really
you're like,
happy
oh my god,
for
this is
you.
a Constantine coin. I know this. And then you go to your friends, you're like, guys, I found an artifact. You're like, oh, what'd you find? I'm like, I found ancient Roman coins. They're like, where'd you find it? And then you have to go, Japan. And then instantly everybody you're speaking to thinks that you are the dumbest person alive, only for you to then be proved as a legend for finding such a cool artifact in such a unique place. Like, imagine if your friend just went on a trip to Italy and he's like, dude, I went on an excursion and I did an archaeological dig and I found this cool ancient samurai sword. I'm sure your first thought to your friend would be, oh man, bless my friend's heart. He thought a Roman sword was
Bless
a samurai
my
sword.
friend's
So then
heart.
he FaceTimes you only to show
No,
you
not
that,
the
no, he literally
countryism.
found a Japanese samurai sword in, the Roman Empire. That's only how I can imagine this kind of conversation went. Because I definitely would assume that most archaeologists wouldn't assume that they're finding ancient Roman coins when doing a dig in Okinawa, Japan. The Tully Monster. The year is 1958, and you are an archaeologist working in the Mazon Creek fossil beds when you have just found a very interesting fossil. This fossil isn't like anything you've seen before, and it kind of looks like fossilized poo, an ancient
No, it's a
toy,
fossilized
some sort of
squid.
large peanut. Whatever it was, you have never seen this before, and neither have
Or a
any of your
leech.
archaeological or scientific friends. Not only have they not seen this before, everybody was baffled and confused on what this fossil could be. And from the year 1958 until 2016, the origins of this 6-inch long, large wood-looking, bug-looking thing had no explanation. All anybody knew was that there was a hard outer shell, 2 eyes, 2 long stalks that protruded out of the head, but beyond that, everything was up for debate.
So some
But one
kind
the
of
hottest
snail.
debates was whether this creature was a vertebrate or an invertebrate. But that debate was closed in 2016. And I just have to say, man, 2016 was such a good year for discoveries, because I feel like so many things we've discussed on this list have been from 2016. So shout out 2016. Honestly, just a good year all around. I was in high school at the time, just carefree, just having fun. I'm not one of those people that said high school was way more fun. I have a lot more fun now, I think. But high school, there's a certain charm to it. You have no responsibility in life. We're off topic. In 2016, after nearly 50 years of studying this thing, it was confirmed that this wooden-looking bug was confirmed to be a 307 million year old invertebrate.
Let's go ahead and give
creature.
Ryan
It
and
was labeled
Foxy
as
a
jawless
shout
fish,
out.
and it had many similarities to the lamprey. Not everything is known about this creature, obviously, and work is still being done on the fossil, but the major points of contention are, case closed now. And this is an invertebrate creature that is literally 307 million years old. So crazy. Also, I find it kind of funny that the scientific name for the Tully monster is the Tully monstrum. Like, okay, you can put it in a suit. We all see through that. But in case I haven't shown any images of what artists think the Tully monstrum looked like back in the day, here are some images and renders. And I think that these look a lot better than the poo-looking fossil that was originally found. Oh, and I guess kind of a wholesome note, this creature is literally called the Tully monster because it was found by a man named Frank Tully. Look at this guy. Legend. And speaking of legends, you're a legend if you're still watching this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet,
All right, guys. So what did we learn from this video, and how did it differ from the last one? Because if the topic today is for Mystical Magical Monday is cryptids, and urban legends, and paranormal stuff, then I guess this one kind of fell into the lore category. Let me find my notes here. The weird part isn't that these stories exist, it's how many of them refuse to fully go away. we learned fossilized poop looking thing is a snail monster. Okay, but on the subject of today, Yang. Good grief, Goofy. So for the video one, so SCP gave us fictional containment horror, but cryptids are older than the internet and older than modern horror, honestly. And every culture has something hiding in the woods, which is concerning. And see, the part that I love is humanity collectively looked into the darkness and went, yeah, there's definitely a guy in there. And also, why are cryptids almost always woodland based? Have you noticed? Humanity does not trust trees. And I, for one, think that's not fair. I'm an arbivore. I love me some trees. So what cryptid freaks you guys out the most? Or what's one cryptid you never, absolutely never ever would investigate? Or like, okay, so the Bigfoot video, like, be real, be honest, Bigfoot real or just blurry uncle footage? So the Bigfoot stuff, okay, like, we gotta address the king of this footage is either groundbreaking or a dude named Randy in a carpet, right? Like, the thing that gets me isn't even the footage, it's how long people have argued over it. Because if it's fake, it's one of the most successful cultural hoaxes ever, right? And if it's real, absolutely not. The woods can keep them. A person who's grown up with Nordic mythology, as a person who's grown up with Nordic mythology, we have had cannibals, etc., and wood monsters forever. Trees are scary, man. Not to me. Not to me. There's this movie even regarding woods monsters forever. Ooh. But would you go Bigfoot hunting for, say, 10,000? Or, you know what? What's scarier? Finding Bigfoot or realizing something else made the footprints? Because Yang's over here saying, y'all trusting forests after dark? Nah, not for me. And with the unexplained footage, that dumb-ass kid in the ghillie suit, we were entering dangerous territory because cryptids are one thing, but grainy footage with no explanation, that activates the ancient survival software, right? Because that's what Stormy had pointed out. And that video right there is why humans invented campfires. That video right there. The internet actually became humanity's largest paranormal evidence locker. And I kind of hate that for us, but I kind of love it too. Like, I'm in between about that. I forgot the name, but it's like 4 guys went off of trail and they got hunted by this humanoid antler thing that's like 12 feet tall. That's based on true story. I think I've heard something about that before. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I think I've heard something like that before. But I do want to know which clip felt the most believable, and what honestly is worse, is seeing something weird or being the only person who saw it. I mean, has anybody in chat ever experienced something that they genuinely couldn't explain? Because in the Skinwalker video, that's the kind of story that lingers in your brain at 2 a.m. when the house settles. And honestly, human beings are very good at explaining things away until we can't. A quick reminder, you guys, we are grinding for a cause. This stream supports Extra Life, supporting Children's Hospital Network, supporting Seattle Children's Hospital, a very personal and deeply felt thing for me. It being Mental Health Awareness Month, we're trying to have you guys help me hit 2,100 for the children's hospitals in Seattle. We're just trying to do good vibes, good games, and real impact. So I believe it was called The Ritual. Okay. Okay, so for the Skinwalker ranch thing, what's your personal explanation for this? What do you guys think happened? Is it like a government cover-up, mass panic, natural explanation, or something stranger? I'm going to close my windows while you guys are answering. Hey Google, turn on the living room light. Hey Google, turn on the entry light. Entryway on. Gotta renew the incense for Memorial Day. But I'll do that in a minute. I believe it was called the... Okay. Oh, I accidentally paused the stream. Humans have scared of the dark and woods forever. Yes, I literally had just said that. So, what mystery genuinely keeps you up at night? Anybody in chat can answer this question. For me, it was this dark entity in the corner somewhere where it just turned out to be a pile of clothes that I hadn't done, that was supposed to be laundry. Okay, so you and I have the same thing then, Yang. He said, actually not scared of the dark itself, but what's in the darkness itself. Exactly. So, when I was a little girl and I was just starting out in magic, Magick, by the way, I had this horrible dream about my mom being this like 1950s wife, apron and all. But that was towards the end of the dream. The first part was a devil showing up. And I think that had a lot to do with my upbringing as a Lutheran, or at least a daughter of a Lutheran, and long stretches of Christianity in my family. I don't think that was the actual devil. I think nowadays, I think dreams are more interpretive. It's your brain trying to sort out the chaos in it. Because at the time, I was feeling like I'm evil, I'm doing a bad thing by trying to understand magic and study it. I wasn't practicing, I was just studying, but that alone was enough to give me this horrible nightmare. I'm scared of myself because knowing myself, it's scary. That is the honest to goddess truth.